afternoon. My name is Courtney Mason, and I'm here today to talk to you about pit bulls and banning pit bulls. And let me start off with a little story. So there was this man named Dan, and he had a dog. His name was Xanto. One day, the county animal control came and knocked on his door and told him he had 7 days to either get rid of his dog or move to a different county, or they would come and put him down. And within 7 days, they knocked on his door again, and he still had his dog because most people, he either is in a different city from his family, or he didn't have, to begin with, many friends or many families, very separated from those people. So his dog was the only one really. So he couldn't move within those 7 days. So they came, they took the dog, and they put the dog down. The reason why they told him they put the dog down and seized his dog was because it looked like a pit bull. It was a pit bull type, and they have BSL laws in there, and pit bulls are actually banned where he lived. So for no reason, this dog was put down. And according to the article written by Jack Harding, Dan, a few days later, overdosed on his pain medication because him and his dog were so close that he was just so lonely that he just ended up killing himself, that he didn't want to live in a world without his dog. And for many people, their dog is their best friend. It's like their child, and people who don't own dogs or never had that relationship can never really understand. But it's for people who don't have a lot of family or who can't have children or anything like that, that's that kind of connection they have with them. So, and you might think, I don't own a dog, I don't really like dogs, I might be a little afraid of dogs, why do I care? This sounds like a good thing. Pit bulls are these scary animals that I'm always hearing about. Well, this does affect you because banning pit bulls and BSL laws don't help the problem of dog attacks or dog biting because, one, all dogs can bite. There's not one dog that is more, that has really more tendencies than the other to bite. So these breed restricting laws don't really affect the dog biting numbers. According to a article called Dog Experts Opinions on Most Aggressive Dog Breeds, and this one was done by Richard H. Polvick. He said that pit bulls and dachshunds, not pit bulls, chihuahuas and dachshunds, chihuahuas are those little ones and dachshunds are like the wiener dogs, are more aggressive than any dog, and through his research and his animal behavior experience, he said that they're less aggressive than even pit bulls. Most people wouldn't agree with that because, the size difference, but in terms of their behavior and tendencies, they are more aggressive. And even along the lines of small dogs versus big dogs, small dogs are inherently more aggressive, just more because they're more defensive, because of their size. But people don't take them as a threat because of how small they are. Most people would be surprised by this, but with the temperament test done on pit bulls, they tested 23% above all the other dog breeds that they tested, which many people might argue that, but I personally have a pit bull, and she is the sweetest, most well-behaved dog I've ever owned, so I don't know. So 933 cities have these ban laws or BSL laws, which is breed restriction legislation, which prevent you from having certain breeds in your home or where you live. So many cities have this, and the problem with this is it doesn't fix, again, like I said, dog biting or dog attacks. It just kind of targets certain breeds that didn't really do anything wrong. And what the main problem it leads to is people getting rid of their dogs because they can no longer have them, or they're restricted, or they've gotten in trouble for having them, so they put them in shelters. And this has led to an overpopulation of pit bull type dogs, any type of bully breed, being overrun in shelters. And when shelters get overrun, they have to start putting dogs down. So that means over 1 million pit bulls have been put down within a year, and that's about 2,800 pit bulls being put down a day. And this is from an article, Pitbull Euthanasia by Stephanie, and these numbers and statistics are fairly recent. They're from August 2019, so that's less than a year that these numbers are from. There's this huge stereotype that pit bulls are aggressive towards children or small, which they actually have the nickname of being a nanny dog because they are so kind and so gentle and so protective of children that they got this nanny dog title or nickname, which is true because whenever I bring my pit bull around children, she just licks their feet and just lays right there and just watches them. They cough, she comes back over, checks on them, makes sure they're okay. You might be asking, you might be thinking or asking, 1 million dogs is a lot of dogs to be killed for no reason. And yes, that is. But there's a lot of things that can be done about this. One, for most, we can get rid of these dog breed targeting restrictions gone with because they're proven to be ineffective. Cities that have them haven't had their numbers go down at all. So I don't know what the point of them being there anymore. And number two, one of the big things is require leashes in every state, every city, every county, unless it's like a hunting dog. That's very much different. But for going on walks or going to the park or going out, your dog should be on a leash. This protects your dog. If it gets frightened or, has the inclination to protect you, it's on a leash. You can control it. It protects other people, other people's dogs, but most importantly, your dog. Your dog isn't going to go off and bite someone. Another thing is harder punishment on dog fighting. Dog fighting has given the perception to certain dog breeds for being aggressive from this one. It's not their fault. They're trained from birth to do this. So we just need to increase those, and maybe we can help end this dog fighting, dog breed alienation kind of thing.